Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Darlington Raceway for pole day qualifying for tomorrow night's Winston Cup Series 13th race of the season. The allotted 10 minutes are on the clock. We have a 42 car field. Getting ready to see who will start on the pole for tomorrow night's race. Already, our first driver out onto the track. That's Alexander Rowe in the 08 machine. Had to turn my game down because it was too loud for my ears. Alexander Rowe in the 08 machine will be the first driver on the clock. Alexander Rowe looking to make his third start on the year. He is 54th in the Winston Cup point standings coming into this race. This is the last race of the first half of the season for the Cup drivers, because next week it'll be just the Cup drivers, as we'll have an all-star race weekend. 28789 for the Winfield Chevrolet out of Braun Racing. There's Summit Oskin. Excuse me. Carlos Rodriguez. Daniel Voiles on track. Daniel Voiles posted a 45.507, but that's his get up to speed lap. So his first official time lap will be right now, because he's been right behind Carlos. As you look at Mohammed Zain in the number 14 machine, he's the quickest right now in the early part of this qualifying session. Matthew Hubert, Brendan Rogers, Shane Earnhardt, Daniel Gitteroth just out on the track. Lauren Grubius, we'll see her later tonight in the Busch Series race later this evening. Brenda Eveling, Jacob Foster ran the truck race, did not qualify for the Busch race. Sydney Vortex this week in the 92 for Front Row Motorsports. Dylan Ibrahimian, we'll see him later tonight in the Busch race. Max Anderson, Quentin Moore, we'll see him later tonight. Diego Marquez, forgot to change his paint scheme. That's my fault. Jesse Art, currently 9th on the board, but improves to 4th. Helga Gunnarsson made her debut last week. Here's another DVR girl trying to make her Winston Cup debut, should she make the show tomorrow night. That would be Erica Douglas. We'll see her tonight, later this evening for the Busch race, as she has qualified her way in. Kasumi Takashi, CJ Bracken in the 45, Michael Brown, there's Luna Farmer, Carolina Bradley back in the 66 this week, Chloe Erickson, Elizabeth Gardner, Rowe, Cody Goforth this week in the 97. The Irwin Tools Ford for Roush Racing. Courtney Lynn in the 25 this week for Hendrick. We'll see her this evening, later tonight in the Busch race. There's Shyla Askarov, Summit Oskin, Skylar Davidson, Cassandra Mills, we see here, Brady Columbus, Matthew Hubert. There's Hannah Smith trying to qualify into her first start of the year. She'll be in this ride next week for the All-Star race at Daytona after qualifying her way in due to a win last season. At the track we'll be going to in a few weeks' time, as You Can Go Away thing. Let me go actually tell you what race she won. That would be Kentucky. We'll be going to later in the year. She's now in the final transfer spot in the yellow Chevrolet. This is a second Haas racing car, by the way. Well, she got bumped as Brady Columbus goes to the top of the timesheets, but Hannah Smith locked in the All-Star race because of that. There's Joe Moore, Bora Park. We'll see her later tonight in the Busch race. And there's Dylan Ibrahimian, the fastest. Azar currently 4th quickest. There goes the 36. That was Sarah Taylor. We're going to see that a lot later tonight. Oh, no, Quentin Moore gets in the Sarah Taylor. Grubius is collected. So is the 27. Oh, yeah. We're going to be seeing a lot of this tonight. I can tell you that. Both of the Year One Motorsports cars involved. Wow, Carlos Rodriguez. Arca braked into that one. Well, we're going to have drivers go into backup machines. I can tell you that for sure. And they're still wrecking. Good night, Charlie Brown. Oh, the wrecking went all the way to the front stretch. No surprise there, as we're looking at Sydney Vortex in the 92. Sydney is trying to make her, if I can find her on the deal. She's trying to make her fourth race of her Winston Cup career. I think she's still in a relationship with Timmy Turner. I do not know. That's something for the historians to write for another time. There's Jesse R. Talk about a driver who's really been having a disappointing season in the Busch Series. Thought, well, she's in a competitive ride. We thought she was gonna make the most of it, but unfortunately, just been so inconsistent. Fell out of the top 30. Never has recovered. And if she can make the Cup race here at Darlington, I think this could be a sign of things to come for Jesse going in the second half of the season, because it has not been a great season for Jesse Art, the younger of the two ARD siblings, the other being Sean. You'll see him in round 2 of qualifying. Jesse's trying to make her second start on the year, as Daniel Voiles' car went kaboom. It's like, is it an engine problem? Yep, it's an engine problem. So I bet you Annie Thomas is going to be a nervous wreck, because remember, that is the new Audi RS8 engines that the Audis are running. And Annie Thomas has that in her car, and we'll see her for round 2 of qualifying. So I bet you Annie Thomas is going to be a nervous wreck, seeing that her teammate has an engine problem in this session. Brady Columbus now on the bubble, 2 1,000ths ahead of Matthew Hubert. Hannah Smith looks like, unless she can pick up another 100, she will fail to qualify. But as I said before, these drivers will not attempt to qualify again until in 2 weeks at Charlotte. So they will have to hold off on trying to qualify their way into the show in 2 weeks, because we're heading to Charlotte in 2 weeks. Their goal is to try to get in the All-Star race next week. So they will try again in 2 weeks. Those who fail to qualify, the 35 drivers who will, quote, D and Q. Jacob Foster's up to 4th quickest. And remember, Jacob ran the truck race. Let me find that 91 machine. There's the 91. He's on pit road. So Jacob Foster, as we're looking at Dylan Ibrahimian, let me see how many starts this will be for Jake. This would be his 4th start on the season if he makes the race. Jacob running the McDonald's colors on his Dodge for Everham Motorsports. And with about 30 seconds left to go, I don't think anybody is going to be at 28.098. That was set by Ibrahimian. So it looks like Dylan Ibrahimian will race tomorrow night. Hopefully this will be a sign of things to come for Ibrahimian, because like I said, we're going to have the biggest All-Star Open field by far. And we're going to have a Busch driver run the number 84 because for anyone that did not watch the Red Bull GT series video from season 4 at Michigan, the defending winner of the All-Star race, which by the way the officials wanted me to pass this along, will not be entered in that race. So yeah, so I will probably have like either a Bush or a truck driver run the number 84 in a one-off for the All-Star race. Who the driver will be is yet to be determined. So Dylan Ibrahimian looks like he is going to make the show tomorrow night, as that is it for the session. As I need to clear that out. Sydney Vortex, Cassandra Mills, Jacob Foster, Azar Mirmush, Jesse Art, and Brady Columbus by 2/1000s will take the final transfer spot. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not race tomorrow night are Matthew Hubert, Hannah Smith, Danny Gitteroth, Courtney Lynn. We'll see her tonight in the Busch race. Cody Goforth, his season's been really bad, I can tell you that for sure. Mohammed Zain, Leo Hill, Joe Moore, Skylar Davidson, CJ Bracken. Ever since the 45 has fallen out of the top 35 and become an all-star team, they have really fallen off the face of the earth. Luna Farmer, Diego Marquez, Elizabeth Garner, Michael Brown, Kasumi Takashi, Alexander Rose, Shyla Askarov, Summit Oskin, Bora Park, Lauren Grubius, Ben Erickson. Ben Erickson is locked in the all-star race. Lauren Grubius is not. Brendan Rogers, Eric Alpha, Erica Douglas, her first DNQ, Chloe Erickson, Michael Anderson, Daniel Foyles, Brenda Eveling, Shade Earnhardt, Carolina Bradley, Harold Gunnarsson, Carlos Rodriguez, Christian Williams, by the way, in the 84, in the events that Momo Akari is not in, because she'll be running the road courses going forward, Quinton Moore and Sarah Taylor. Those drivers, unfortunately for them, have failed to qualify, and they will have to wait until Charlotte in 2 weeks because they will be all showing up at the All-Star race next week at Daytona International Speedway. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of only the top 7. And there you go. We'll take a break. We're going to get the 7 drivers to join the other 35 as pole day qualifying continues next. This is the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network. Welcome back to Darlington Raceway as second round qualifying. This time the full 42 car field. Want to make sure let's try that again as we get ready for a second round of qualifying. Yes, I've been up for already over an hour. I woke up at 7 this morning and I am not even fully awake. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the kind of morning I've had today as we're looking at the rookie driver Jay Green, the outgoing Busch champion. He is the first driver on track. Yes, that was a fail on my part, but this is what I get for being up for almost 2 hours. I didn't sleep well, so I went to bed basically after the Braun Strowman, the new episode of the Braun Strowman, I Want Everything on the Menu, which, by the way, has been a good series for me after Friday Night SmackDown, so at least it gives me something to watch on Friday, besides diners, drive-ins, and dives. Anyway, Jay Green, the first driver on track. Jay jumped up 3 spots to 22nd in the points. So the All-Star Open, I'll explain more details of this when we get to Daytona next week. And remember, it's only the Cup drivers will be at Daytona next week. Trucks and Busch are off. 28.999 for Jay Green. Gorgon qualifying was like a 28.0. And that was with a 42 car field that was attempting to qualify for that race. But we'll get into details about how the All-Star Open is going to be lined up, how that's going to work, because I believe there's going to be 2 sessions, I want to say, because there's going to be a lot of drivers that will be trying to get in the All-Star race, because Right now, the drivers that are locked in the All Star race, uh, including tomorrow night's winner, will be locked in the All Star race. So we're gonna have a lot of cars in the All Star race. And then the Open, there's going to be a total of 6 drivers that will be locked in the All Star race via the Winston Open. They'll be starting at the rear of the field, depending on the drivers that have qualified their way in. So they're going to be starting at the back, which I don't think that's going to be a big deal if you ask me. Lucy Myers in the 4. Dropped 4 spots down to 27th in the points. There's Timmy Turner. Jesse Artrate made the show this week. Jacob Tutu running a black and gold car this week. As here comes the wrecking in qualifying. No surprise there. Oh, Ashley Reynolds upside down. But Jacob Tutu running the rock and roll band car this week. He is currently 3rd quickest in the early stages of this qualifying session. Jacob is 8th in the points coming into this race. Thought that was a 36. That's actually Ben Tennyson who's running those colors this week. The Centrix Chevrolet. Lost 6 spots to 24th in the points. There's Elena Aurora. Drops 5 spots down to 26th in the standings. I talked about this in the truck race, but this is the Cup drivers have raced here before at Darlington Raceway. And who is the defending winner, you are asking? Which we're about to have that answer for you in a second. Actually, I can look it up on my Google Sheets because I've written it down on my Google Sheet deal. And there goes Elena Aurora getting clipped. Who is that? That was Jesse who got clipped. Let's go to Ashley Horton while I'm looking for the defending winner of the Darlington race. And apparently, I don't think I've written it down. Oh, the defending winner, Maddie Crenshaw, which I need to actually put her on the All-Star deal. Let's go find the 21, shall we? There she is. She is the defending winner. She just turned Drake Robertson. To be fair, she got ridden up in the wall, so nothing she could have done there. So Maddie Crenshaw is the defending winner of this event in the same ride that she went to Victory Lane last season. So she gets to be in the All-Star race with her sister. Hannah Blue Jay. Well, perfect timing to talk to about Hannah Blue Jay. She just went barrel rolling and she's driving away like nothing even happened. But she is the fastest in this session. Let's find Annie Crenshaw. There she is. Let's find a driver that's not involved in a wreck, for crying out loud. Good grief. Qualifying all weekend has been a demolition derby, if you ask me. As Annie Crenshaw just snuck her way through another wreck. Yeah, we're already having... It's called Carnage in qualifying. We haven't even gotten to our points paying events. For Cup, that is. But Annie Crenshaw's second quickest. There's Annie Thomas in the 82. 32nd quickest. Excuse me. As you can tell, I'm feeling a lot better. It's just this cough that comes out of nowhere that I need to spit. But like I said, I sound a little bit better. Even though I have a little allergy issue, I sound so much better compared to like last week at Dover. Sorry if you need to hear me blow my nose. God bless Puff's Kleenex that I have. Sorry if you guys have to hear me blow my nose. So forgive me. Back to Annie Thomas in the 82. So I can go back to this season's points. Annie Thomas, as she just made contact with the outside retaining wall. That is typical we are going to see this weekend. She dropped down to fourth in the points. Still looking for her first win of the year, but having a good season nevertheless, ever since moving over to the 82 machine. And with about 90 seconds left to go, I don't really know if anybody is going to be a 28-22. Which, by the way, Hannah Blue Jay is about 2/10 slower than our Go Home session. That was a 28-0. That was set by Dylan Ibrahimian. Ashlyn Wright up to fifth quickest in that 00. We'll see her later tonight in the Busch Series race. As Betty Johnson had a spin on the front stretch. We're going to see that a lot this race, so don't be really surprised about that. Betty Johnson, seventh in points. We'll go through the rest of the top 10 tomorrow night for the qualifying session, as that is it. Zero's on the clock. And I don't think anybody, unless someone can beat it, is going to beat a 28-22. So that will mean Hannah Blue Jay would win her second pole on the season and will lead us to green tomorrow night here in the Cup Series. Which is, by the way, the last opportunity for drivers that have not gone to victory lane to get locked into the All-Star race, by the way. Because remember, with no playoffs to worry about, as you see the rookie points leader, Nathan Orman, coming to pit road. Looks like his session is done. And Hannah Blue Jay did not improve her time, but it really didn't make a difference nevertheless. So this is how the grid will line up for tomorrow night. Hannah Blue Jay, second pole on the year. Annie Crenshaw alongside of her. Tatum Wright, Jacob Tutu, row 2. Ashlyn Wright, Ponzo Albanese, row 3. Good qualifying for Ashlyn Wright. She is second in the Rookie of the Year standings. Oh, by the way, Ashlyn Wright. That's critical for her because the guy she's trying to run down for the rookie points leader, Nathan Orman, looks like he didn't qualify in the top 28. We'll see where he qualified. Actually, no, he qualified 15th. I take that back. But Ashlyn Wright, ever since making the top 35, she's slowly getting in that conversation for the Rookie of the Year honors, which is not bad. Ibrahimian, Lucy Myers, Azara Mirmoez, and Liliana Beta will complete your top 10. Points leader Vanko Seaman will start 12th. Let's see where the gal, as I just knocked over my Coke Zero bottle. Thankfully, it was closed. Looks like the gal that was trying to run down Seaman for the points lead, as you look on down to the rest of the qualifying results, Maddie Crenshaw is going to start last. Yikes. Number of these drivers didn't have good qualifying efforts as you look through here. Annie Thomas, 4th in the points, 34th. And one thing about Darlington is you don't want to be qualifying on the outside line. You want to be qualifying on that inside line. So this is going to be a bit of a mess for some of these drivers. Senor Sean qualified 16th. He'll be alongside Nathan Orman tomorrow night. Kevin Joseph also didn't qualify. So whatever the issue with whatever setup Maddie Crenshaw had last year when this was a day race has not worked for her, but it's going to be a night race for her nevertheless. Didn't see where Jessica Miller qualified. That's 3rd in the standings. Unless I missed her. Let me find. Oh, she qualified 30th. That's where she qualified. Okay. So a couple of drivers running well in points really got their work cut out for them from the rear of the field. But that's going to do it from here at Darlington for now. Congratulations to Hannah Blue Jay on the pole. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown your starting lineup for tomorrow evening's race. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you later tonight for the Busch race. Until then, I'm Dee DeVos. We'll see you guys next time on the World Racing Association's Multimedia Network.